not one to complain about the weather, except right now. It's hot outside, and I'm less upset about it how it is for me, and I'm more upset about it for the cat. My cat is uncomfortable, and I'm mad at nature. So, how are you guys doing today? Other than sweating my entire just outer layer off, I'm pretty good. Before I get into this video, really quick, I want to thank you guys for the response, particularly on the last video, but just in general. It's easy to forget how lucky you are, and easy to forget how significant things in your life can be. Until you come back to them. And that's what I'm experiencing right now. A lot of emotions. Got a message on my Tumblr and want to read it to you because it's continuing the theme of things that are relevant to me that some of y'all are going through. I graduated last week and people keep congratulating me and telling me they're proud of me, but I don't feel as if it is genuine. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate what they say, but for some reason, thinking that somebody's proud of me feels fake. Yeah! I'm gonna say something. I want all of us to do it. Okay? We gotta be flipping nicer to ourselves, okay? When people say nice things to you, when people say nice things to us, keeping it first person kind of, they mean it, okay? They friggin' mean it. I historically have had, oh god, the hardest time accepting compliments and not just compliments from the outside, just like accepting victories in my own life. I have the hardest time doing that. I spent my entire time in high school when I was doing speech and debate, like relentlessly doing speech and debate, like a lot of doing it a lot. I spent most of that time thinking about the things that I had not accomplished, as opposed to thinking about the things I did accomplish. Finishing in second place out of hundreds of people would just like completely just pain my soul because I wasn't on the top. I wasn't able to see that what I was doing was great. I wasn't able to feel that or to experience that. That's just one example. I'm moving it into the future. I have had 8 really amazing years on YouTube. Throughout that time, I have been so fortunate to have a dedicated viewer base who says nice things to me on every single upload. That's hundreds of uploads. And even still, to this day, I have a hard time looking at the nice things people say to me about the things that I've done and feeling that and feeling connected to that. I think part of the reason why I kind of got lost a little bit for a while and I'm still kind of finding my way back is because of that exact problem. Talked about it in the last video a bit, but I have a hard time knowing where I stand in this life. To bring it back to the message, something that I do, and I'm not sure if you, Anonymous Messenger, do this as well, but something that I do in a misguided attempt to protect myself emotionally is to downplay everything good in my life. One of my greatest fears is to get too full of myself, to get narcissistic. One of the reasons is that this is something that I've been accused of a lot in my life. I don't want to be a person who thinks that they're better than everyone else. My motivations in this life are a lot of times, yes, self-motivated, but at the same time, it comes from a place of just wanting to do good things. And in my mind, the way that I rationalize downplaying my achievements and being unable to accept compliments, the way that I rationalize it is by not fully internalizing this and feeling good about it, I don't get too full of myself and it doesn't distract me from the things that I want to do. That's wrong! It's wrong! All of that is wrong! Pride is only damaging if it blinds you from the reality, okay? Is the only time it's bad is when it's not realistic. Additionally, it's bad if you allow it to stop you in your tracks and just get comfortable with where you are. That's when it's bad. What isn't bad is saying thank you. What isn't bad is checking in on your life, looking at the things that you've done and saying, okay, wow, this isn't all bad. I've actually done some good things here. When people do it in person, like say like, oh, you did a nice thing here, I don't know how to process that. Either I won't say anything and there's a weird, awkward, staring moment there, or I'll just kind of fidget, I'll move around, I'll kind of put my hands in a place where there's a weird spot because I don't know where to put them. Something that helps get me out of this moment is to remember that when someone gives you a compliment, it's not entirely about you. This is another person giving you a compliment. By not embracing that or accepting that, or at least trying to let it in, you're diminishing kind of the feelings of another person. Say something you make or something that you did, like somebody enjoyed that and they thank you for that, and you you don't respond at all or you diminish it completely, you're also diminishing their feelings. In this situation of the question, you have a lot of people who have like followed your life story or been a part of it or loved you or just supported you or even the smallest of ways. And when they say congratulations on that and you feel that it's fake, you're feeling that they're fake. And most of the time, they're not fake. Most of the problems that I run into in my life happen because I take a situation and I make it too complex emotionally. And it gets to a point where I start thinking in these circles and I'm the only one in that circle. No one else is in that circle. And then all of a sudden it's just I have this line of thinking that's completely separate from everyone else involved in the situation. And it leads to a disconnect. Things don't have to be incredibly emotionally resonant for them to mean anything. Sometimes the simplest and littlest things are the most meaningful. Not everything has to shake you to your core or draw tears out of you or make you just feel like you're in the climax of a movie when the music crescendos and everything makes sense. Not everything has to be like that. In fact, most things that have significance are not like that. Here's what I do, or at least what I'm attempting to do, because I relate very heavily to what you're experiencing, but in different contexts. Whenever somebody engages with me and is talking to me about whatever, even if they're not like a super good friend or a deep acquaintance, maybe they're just somebody in passing, and they're talking to you, listen. I also find this is hard, but it's worth it. Maintaining eye contact here can really bring you into a moment. And when someone says something nice about you, even if it feels fake, even if it feels surface level, even if it just feels like somebody's saying something because they feel like they have to say it, saying thank you back to them. All of this sounds so basic, but honestly, I found a lot of significance in it. Maybe just because my brain is so wired differently that these things just are not a natural occurrence for me, but the eye contact thing is massive. For so long in my life, when I've been in various social situations, I've just felt disconnected from the evening or wherever. The simple act of listening to people and maintaining eye contact with them, it just brings you into it. And it sounds like such an obvious thing, but for me, it's not obvious. I have to like make a choice to do it. It's so weird. As always, I'm trying to improve at the things I'm not so good at, using the things that I am good at. I think that's what all of us are doing. And to the person who sent me this message, I'm sorry that you are feeling the way that you're feeling and that you're feeling like people are being fake to you. I doubt that their intentions are malicious. I think that if people are just people and they say things that are small talk, but to these people, they're meaning what they say. I think a lot of accepting compliments and believing compliments is on the person receiving the compliment. And I think a lot of that has to do with the things we do to protect ourselves and to protect our egos. Sometimes, though, you just gotta smile, nod, and say thank you, and it will build and have a cumulative effect on how you view these things. And I say that as someone who is historically really, 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 really bad at this. I hope that answered the question somewhat. If you have any additional thoughts on this, I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Where we stand in the world and in our relationships is, for me, really fascinating and really difficult to master emotionally. It's something that I really have a hard time with. But I also find the process to be ultimately worthwhile. Overcoming the walls and barriers that I've put up throughout my entire life in order to fully integrate into the relationships and situations, I think is something that we all deserve. I think we all deserve that. We deserve to be able to have nice things said to us and to believe them. We deserve to know where we stand in this life. Absolutely, I believe that. I believe that a whole heck of a lot. I'm so sweaty right now. That's about it for me, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, in conjunction with this video, there is an entirely extra bonus video going up on Patreon as well, so please feel free to check that out if you would like to help support this channel. That would mean the world to me. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna continue to drink water and try not to sweat as much as I'm sweating right now. Goodbye.